Hello and welcome. In my role, I've spent tens of thousands of hours working with teams on implementing software into their most ambitious and game-changing initiatives. My name is Bear Shelton, and I'm the Senior Manager of Learning Services at Lucid Software. The biggest takeaway from my experience? The gap between innovation success and failure often boils down to a classic last mile problem. And this has never been more true than as companies scramble to adapt to the ever-changing landscape of AI. We're experiencing a revolutionary time for artificial intelligence, and AI initiatives are top priorities for businesses of all sizes in every industry. However, this considerable gap exists between the promise of AI, particularly agentic AI, and the ability of businesses to leverage it effectively. A recent prediction states that by 2027, over 40% of agentic AI projects will be shut down. That means nearly half of the AI projects started today are at risk of being canceled before they deliver any value. The common culprit seems to be this last mile problem, that the final leg of implementing AI is the most difficult part to execute. See, it doesn't really matter how much you streamline your workflow or how well you plan and build your agents if you can't get through that last mile of incorporating it into your daily workflow. That's because these AI agents inherently require significant context and step-by-step instructions to work effectively. But businesses often struggle to access that information. As one research agency notes, that knowledge often lives in fragmented, undocumented workflows or in your team's heads. See, you need a way to make that tacit knowledge explicit. If AI agents are to integrate effectively into your businesses, they need context into how your business operates. Think process maps, data flow diagrams, architecture documentation. The teams planning and executing AI initiatives also need context around priorities, timelines, and decisions. This is the exact kind of thing that we specialize in at Lucid, helping teams create living, visual blueprints that can guide an AI transformation by documenting the current state of your business, which clarifies where to optimize, while providing context to the AI agents and then continuing to iterate on that documentation as you build out your AI roadmaps and innovate your processes to incorporate AI. Whether you're an IT practitioner or one of the many other teams tasked with making AI a reality at your company, these blueprints can be your key to moving from just talking about AI to successfully implementing it, because they're the definitive guide that connects your people, your plans, and your work. Today, we'll walk through this journey by following the story of a fictitious company, Sun Air, a growing distributor in the travel industry. Their customer support team is overwhelmed by flight change requests, leading to long wait times. Their goal? Build an AI agent to handle these requests and accelerate their response times. We'll see how they navigate the three key stages of an AI initiative. First, achieving AI readiness by understanding their current state. Second, building an aligned AI strategy to help design their future state. And third, driving the successful AI execution as they build and implement their chosen solution. So, let's begin with that first and most critical stage, AI readiness. The core challenge of readiness is that you simply can't automate a process that your teams don't collectively understand. The goal of this stage is to solve the pain of fragmentation by creating a single source of truth for how your work gets done today. Sun Air's first problem is that their manual flight change process is completely undocumented, and that's not uncommon. Our recent survey found that only 16% of teams say that their workflows are well documented. To solve this, the Sun Air team uses Lucid Chart to map their as-is workflow as a diagram to make that tacit knowledge explicit. They start by leveraging Lucid AI to prompt everything they know about the existing process so they can get to a rough and ready diagram quickly. The team can now leverage other intelligent diagramming features in Lucid Chart, like assisted layout, to quickly build and refine the map, while leveraging comments, sticky notes, and video messages to collaborate asynchronously. And to add crucial context, they can link the diagram directly to their primary Microsoft Teams channel, transforming their document into a central hub for their process knowledge that they can access directly from where they already collaborate. And just like that, this artifact becomes a blueprint of how their business operates, solving the pain of fragmentation and accelerating their readiness for AI. With this clarity, they're now ready for the next stage. The primary goal of the strategy stage is to solve the pain of stakeholder misalignment. When teams like product, architecture, and support all work in separate silos, your project is at risk before it even begins. The solution is to create a central hub that aligns all of the parallel work streams. As SunAir moves to strategy, their product team has ideas for the customer experience. Their architects are focused on which Azure services to use, and their support team is concerned about how their jobs will change. Naturally, all these critical perspectives are fragmented across different documents, presentations, and systems. Without a single shared space to align on the new AI workflow, the project is at risk as it fails to capture a unified vision for how SunAir can approach leveraging AI to solve their flight change challenges. To align their teams, SunAir leverages Teams in Lucid to create a central AI strategy hub where all teams can align their parallel work streams. Within this hub, they're able to link out to each team's specific AI-enhanced deliverables. The product team's user journey maps, the support team's training plans, and the architecture team's to-be systems diagram. As they go about their work in Lucid, they connect their plans directly to the build by creating Azure DevOps work items to keep their work connected by leveraging the product and project management tool they already use, while still visualizing their work for things like capacity planning right inside of Lucid. This strategy hub becomes living documentation for the entire initiative, breaking down the silos and giving every stakeholder visibility into how their work connects to the larger AI implementation. By providing a central, easy-to-navigate space that links to all the evolving plans, SunAir has solved the pain of misalignment. They now have a cohesive, fully aligned AI strategy that can be executed in a coordinated way, expediting their transformation with clarity and confidence. This brings us to our final stage, AI execution. Execution presents a dual challenge. As they move to execution, SunAir hits the core of our last mile problem, the pain of actually building the agent. An AI agent needs explicit step-by-step instructions to function, but that logic, including decision trees and exception handling, is complex and hard to define in text alone. At the same time, they face the pain of adoption, as the support team is unclear how their roles will change when working alongside their new AI colleague. To tackle this, SunAir first builds a diagram mapping the AI agent's decision tree, defining the precise logic and exception handling needed for the developers. This provides the clear step-by-step instructions the agent needs to function. Next, to address the pain of adoption, they create this Swimlane diagram that maps the new end-to-end workflow with a dedicated lane for the AI flight change agent, showing exactly how and when it interacts with human specialists. The team is also able to leverage Lucid's integration with SharePoint to embed the diagram directly into the team's existing knowledge base so that they can find it easily. This approach allows their documentation to serve this dual purpose, and by following best practices like conditional formatting to highlight exception paths, data linking, technical requirements, the AI agent's logic map becomes a dynamic tool that de-risks their development. And as such, the Swimlane diagram provides the organizational clarity needed to accelerate their adoption of AI. They've solved the pains of both building the AI and managing the human impact on a single platform dramatically accelerating their final push to execution. In just the last few minutes, we watched the Sun Air team go from operating with chaotic, undocumented processes to having a clear, connected, and executable plan that supports their mission to disrupt their industry and improve travel for everyone. To do this, they navigated the 3 key stages of AI transformation, achieving readiness by capturing their current state, which solved the pain of fragmentation as they replaced their chaos with clarity. Then, aligning on their future strategy, in a central hub, they created an environment for collaboration to thrive, solving the pain of misalignment. And finally, guiding the execution of their strategy by providing clarity for both the AI agent and the people who will work with it by leveraging clear and living documentation, addressing both the pains of implementation and adoption. The key to their success throughout the entire process was creating documents that could keep up with their work, that go beyond merely the documentation of their work. They become a hub of collaboration that's powered by intelligence, by data, by APIs, integrations that they're able to connect that help navigate these complexities and the pain that comes with AI transformation. When we say living blueprints and living documentation, we mean that they're more than merely a system of record. They're a system of action that connects your people, plans, and work. It's how you accelerate your transformation. This is how you move from just talking about AI to successfully implement it. It's how you go from being a statistic, like 40% of future AI projects, to being a success story like Sun Air. To learn more about accelerating your AI transformation, or any innovation really, you have a few options. If you're joining us live, come visit us at booth 5262, where we'd be excited to talk to you about your AI readiness. Or feel free to get started now by exploring our newest templates for taking on an AI initiative. Thank you so much for your time, and have a wonderful day.